know you're going to lose sometimes, you know you're going to win sometimes, and we just try and, you know, learn from mistakes. And we like to say our motto for Pony Express is achieving excellence through failure. It's like a second family. Most of us are retired military or actual, you know, family. Bill Bam Jones. I drive a '68 Falcon. We call it the Dirty Bird. I did 20 years. I got out in 2010. Most enjoyable thing that I remember, and people sometimes look at me like I'm crazy, is the bear-based deployments that I went to. And so I was actually there to build Kyrgyzstan Air Base. We flew in on a C-5, got off, went over to a field and started putting tents up in the snow. That was, to me, a pretty cool experience because you realize that all the other stuff, the supply this, see that, cops this, it all goes out the window when you're working towards a common goal. And when you're deployed like that, you have to depend on each other, you know. I work as a storage attendant for Black Arrow. Basically, we receive the jet fuel, and then we might maintain it in the yard and then issue it out to our trucks, and then from there it goes to the skin of the aircraft. I started racing in high school. I had a '70 Camaro that my dad bought me. It was my first car. And I built the engine in it. You know, basically it gets in your blood. He gave it to me, it was a piece of junk. I did the body work on it. Before I even had a license, I started doing the body work, I was 14. There was a time I was like, well, I'm done. You know, I'm gonna be done racing. And I was still active at the time. So we went from having a lot in 4 or 5 years, 6 years worth of time building it, to having no cars, no tools, no shop. We still don't know what happened. The fire department couldn't tell. It was so hot that it pretty much, they couldn't tell where it started. We lost 2 really good cars and that we were actually in Pink's All Out with. We like to say out of the fire came, you know, 2 cars and then 3 cars and then 4 and then 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And if my wife didn't support it, I wouldn't be able to do it. So she's always been there to support me and have my back. And you know, I put in a lot of hours doing this. Put in a lot of hours working other than this so that I can afford to do this. So my dream is to get me a motorhome and go and visit family and friends, and while I'm there, race.
Your winner out of the right lane is Bill Jones.